Comic-Con, biggest time of the year for every nerd everywhere. What are you guys stoked for?
The problem with us with Comic-Con is like we're so busy doing our stuff, like we have no time to like go and get into any panels. I guess if I did, I would try and like sneak into probably the Marvel panel, obviously. I'm a big superhero guy, so what about you?
I'm into like Walking Dead, Vampire Diaries, but yeah, we can't really do a lot. We're here talking to you instead of seeing the panels.
Oh, we're not gonna blame that on you. That's okay. That's okay. You're cool.
Well, if you kind of went into it, but what's your guilty pleasure geek thing? What's your total geek moment? What do you just completely fangirl about?
Glee. I really want to be on Glee. I feel like Rachel Berry like lives inside of me. She's just like, I'm gonna be a star on Broadway. So yeah, I want to be Rachel Berry on Glee. I don't know.
I know this is very geeky, but like I love Downton Abbey, so
That qualifies.
it's a guilty pleasure. Downton Abbey's awesome.
Would you be the upper level or the lower level?
I feel like it'd be more fun to be the upper level. I mean, come on, you got the servants who like drinking nice wines, and upper level.
Is there anything from the past couple of seasons you guys have been doing this that sticks out to you? A scene, a moment, an experience that has stuck out to you, whether it was on the screen or behind the scenes?
Well, I think there's many moments really. I mean, especially the past couple seasons because we've really been going into all the backstory and
The
there's been
show
a lot
is so
of
vast.
there's a lot of like really deep moments and some incredibly dramatic and tragic stuff that's been happening, which is really, really cool. And I think it's way more relatable to real life because of that. I mean, you have situations where like Finn's finding his biological dad, and that's not exactly a happy ending, and it's not just like a amazing reunion. Like there's problems there and there's tension there, and his dad is kind of a jerk. He's kind of just like left him when he was young and stuff. So there's a lot of drama, and I think that's really cool because it kind of appeals to such a
kinda like a
broader
dumpster
audience.
baby.
Yeah, I really am a dumpster baby. What do you think?
For Marceline's character, I mean, her whole Simon and young Marcy backstory is really cool, and I just really want to see more of this whole like experience. She's 1,000 years old, and you still don't really know a whole lot about her. So there's all these years. That's a very tiny like part of her life, of her and the Ice King being together. So
Yeah.
I just want to know more about who she is. Really.
What about behind the scenes? Any off camera, so to speak, shenanigans that go on?
We really can't stand each other when we're not doing interviews or recording the show. We hate each other so much. I feel like most of the crazy experiences happen at Comic-Con because like we're usually just all here, and it's when you throw in the added fans and various when you throw in all that to the mix, that's when the interesting crazy
gets
things
crazy.
happen. Yeah. I think
As far as in the booth, I mean, that's our job. So we're kind of just there to, make
it's
sure
really
that
chill and
it's
we're
really
cracking
fun.
jokes.
But it's not really a job, but it is a job. So we're there to like make the episodes as good as possible. And I mean, John DiMaggio in the booth cracking jokes is
doing his Tracy
is good-
Morgan's
is
impressions.
all
and
good
whatnot.
enough. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
What is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at Comic-Con?
Oh my gosh. There's been lots of things. We've had just like I think the craziest thing is like fan dedication for me is like the craziest things I've seen. We had like a fan come up to me and John. We were in Australia at a con in Australia, and she had us sign on her leg right above the knee, right below Finn and Jake tattoo. And then our signatures, she went and got those literally tattooed under her leg that day, and came back and showed it to us, which was absolutely crazy. That blew my mind.
I find it really bizarre when someone hands you a phone and they're like, talk to my friend in the voice. And I'm like, okay.
And then it's awkward because then you start
awkward.
talking to their friend in that voice.
And they're just like, who
oh,
is
that's
this?
funny. Yeah, nice.
They're
You don't
like,
sound
who
anything
is
like
this?
him.
And I'm like, it's Marceline. And they're like, no, it's not. Like, and they'll just hang up. And I'm like, they just hung up on me. And they're like, no, call him back. I'm like, no. This is really awkward.
Voicemails for anyone?
Yeah.
I have a couple times.
I have,
Yeah. Those are fun. I'm usually like,
I actually prefer them to not answer because it
Yes.
it spares the awkwardness of
because it's
having
just us
to
doing like a little mini monologue as opposed to like, well,
having to interact with
Okay,
someone who
yeah.
has no idea what's going on.
we're very introverted. We don't like interacting with people.
yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
I can
Hence
That's
being
why we
voice
work
actors,
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Doing interviews and on panels and autographs.
Yeah, and the friendliness is just
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's not there at all.
All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.